Gustavia is quite the popular harbor. The main harbor itself was so packed that we had to go like all the way to the back. We're anchored on a bed of rocks, which is not the best holding for our ground tackle. So I'm about to get in the water and see how that's looking down there and make sure that we're not going to have any issues of dragging while we're here.
Last time on MJ Sailing, we rounded out the second half of our I-65 passage, leaving from Eleuthera in the Bahamas.
Oh, don't take it away, she's gonna want to eat it.
Oh yeah, that's really nice and salty.
Yeah.
And landing in Gustavia Harbour of St. Bart's.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
We haven't checked the grocery store to see if we can actually afford to live here, but here we go. Tell us what you think, Jess.
I'd say this is pretty nice. We just got in about an hour ago, and they do patrol the harbor here. So we had a really nice guy swing by the boat this morning, asked us when we got in, and told us to take our time clearing in, but we wanted to get in as soon as possible. So we just went in and cleared in extremely easy. Beautiful building, and decided to take a little stroll, and we found this, and kind of wishing I had my suit right now because it's still pretty hot out. Uh-oh.
It crossed our path.
It did cross our path. So we just anchored here in Gustavia Harbour in St. Bart's and came in really quick just to get ourselves cleared in. We're going to do a lot more exploring this afternoon, and honestly, after stepping through here and walking through the buildings and the beaches, kind of don't even want to leave here. I'm sure there's lots of gorgeous Caribbean, but who would want to leave this? Last time we were in this area was about 3 years ago. We had just done our Atlantic crossing leaving from the Canary Islands. Because we were trying to get to elements/days off back in Florida pretty quickly, we landed in St. Martin, which means we came right by St. Bart's, skipped it unfortunately, did the Virgin Islands, and then shot straight back up to Florida. So we really wanted to make sure that we got to see it this time around, and we are so happy that this is the spot we landed because it is just so picturesque. I mean, honestly, 30 minutes here, and we're smitten.
Yeah, you can see why the billionaires love this place.
I can see why the billionaires love it.
Yeah.
Might have to do our provisioning in St. Martin. We haven't been to a grocery store yet, haven't checked out the prices of laundry, but I definitely see us spending a little bit of time here. So, still a little jet-lagged. I don't know if you can call it that after passage. I'm actually a little land sick. I got the like weird wavy thing when you step on land the first time after a while at sea. So we're probably just going to check out a few shops, maybe get a croissant in my stomach, and then come back out later this afternoon and see some more, and maybe just spend all of our time at the beach at Shell Beach because that was gorgeous. got our first little taste of France here. Espressos, eclairs, and what I think is a tiramisu, but something like a Montpellier.
Don't know what it is.
But I'm sure it tastes good.
We speak zero French.
Zero.
No. So.
If this were the Canary Islands, I could do okay with Spanish, but
yeah.
I so just want to spend all afternoon enjoying this place, but I am so tired right now that I can barely keep my eyes open, and I can't think at all, and I think I had to spend about 10 minutes staring at the menu just to, Matt's nodding his head, to order an espresso and something that looked like a tiramisu, which was delicious. But I think I might trip over my own 2 feet pretty soon, so unfortunately it's probably going to be back to the boat, get some rest, and then out to explore again. As you can probably see, Gustavia is quite the popular harbor. I don't know if it's always like this all winter and spring, but we got here and it was pretty packed. Actually, since we arrived here, a handful of boats have left, but when we first pulled in, the main harbor itself was so packed that we had to go like all the way to the back. We're by Les Petits Saints. I think that's how you pronounce them, like the little saints, these rocks behind us here. Which we do love this spot, you know, like we kind of like being further out from everything. We've got great views of the fort, not too long of a dinghy ride in, but the only bad part about this spot is we're anchored on a bed of rocks, which is not the best holding for our ground tackle. We want to make sure that our anchor is dug in really tight, so I'm about to get in the water and see how that's looking down there and make sure that we're not going to have any issues of dragging while we're here.
I don't know if I could like move it myself. You might have to get in. Here, I'll tell you. I'll go do like another dive, and then you can look at the footage, right?
Although our anchor wasn't dug in as well as it should be, we knew the winds would be light over the next few days, and we would change spots as soon as something new opened up. Finding ourselves at Shell Beach right now, decided to take a couple hours in the afternoon off the boat to just come out and relax and live a champagne life on a beer budget, I guess. Why not? So pretty relaxing day hanging out here at Shell Beach. I think we came like in the middle of siesta hour, which is probably why the snack bar was closed and we never got the cheeseburgers for lunch that we were really craving. So I guess it's gonna have to turn into dinner tomorrow now, but just kind of fun to sit here with our Miller High Lifes and watch the water and the people. It's starting to fill up a lot now. I think everyone's like finished with their siesta and they're coming to hang out at the beach. So as soon as the sun comes out again, I'll probably get in the water and then maybe take a walk down the beach, because when you get further down, like it literally is just shells and it's gorgeous and it's really cool. Just a really cool spot to hang out, and really glad that it's so close to the beach and the dinghy dock. And we get to sit next to this bar with really cool music, so it's like all of the ambiance without the $12 bottles of water. You can ride all the
what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday.
The water is perfection. So nice.
I'm saving you, save me too.
So in our guidebook it says that there's not supposed to be any anchoring inside here, inside Shell Beach. But if you haven't noticed from our shots, every time that we come out here there's boats anchored out and overnight as well. So we talked about it, and our only hesitation was it would add maybe about a 5 to 7 minute dinghy ride for us to get ashore when we want to. But I'll have to trip over rocks here. But we checked the weather for this weekend, and it's supposed to be really calm winds at least. So we might have to take the boat and we anchor ourselves down here and enjoy the people watching and the music. I'm gonna get washed away. And just everything else this place has to offer. Oh, and I'm in the shells now. They're really cool shells, so let me show you if I can. But literally this beach is covered in some ends with nothing but shells, which can make it a little hard for getting a blanket down sometimes. Not quite as many spots to lounge, but the view is totally worth it.
I've been saving you, you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need it too? I got you, yeah, you got me too.
We're gonna check out Fort Carl, which I don't think there's much remaining there, but should give us really good views of Shell Beach and hopefully the harbor and elements sitting out at anchor. So let's go check it out. Where Fort Carl is, and it looks like there's barely any ruins at all, but I see like a little circular thing of rocks here even further up at the top of the hill, so let's go check it out. Into pieces, and it doesn't give a lot of information, so we really don't know anything about Fort Carl until we can get internet later and research it.
Wikipedia.
That's what Wikipedia is going to be for, as soon as we can get our hands on it. But there's a mound here and a coat hanger.
Yeah. But there's that thing over there.
But there's also a stone.
Let's see what that is.
Let's go see the stone.
It turns out Wikipedia didn't have much information to offer on this fort, but we did find out from another plaque on site that the harbor was built on a natural cove, and the town of Gustavia was progressively built around its shores. And with this sheltered spot creating one of the safest ports in the French West Indies, it soon became a favorite spot of pirates and buccaneers.
Wow, it was really windy up there. I could barely even hold the camera straight to try and get a pan of the harbor. But I did find a little sign, and it looks like the remnants of Fort Carl that are still here are just a few boulders or rocks from an old guardhouse and a cistern that held gunpowder. So it looks like they have pretty much demolished all of it. But I don't really know what else to say. Nice view if you were
The view's beautiful.
View is beautiful.
There's people jumping off cliffs.
So moving day today. We decided that we're gonna go down to Shell Beach. We've been sitting in this anchorage here in this harbor for a couple of days now. Pretty view, but just about a half mile down the beach, there's a very, very nice spot called Shell Beach. So what we're gonna plan on doing is just going down there, tucking in for the weekend. Winds are supposed to be light. It just looks like a beautiful spot to sit, so we figure this would be time to move and go do something.
You excited to be moving, Jess?
I am, except for I hope it all works out because our charts say that anchoring is prohibited in this area, yet we've been watching it for days now, and there are always boats there. There's actually been one specific gunboat that's been there since we arrived, so hopefully no one comes out to hassle us. We don't know if it's just the people with money that don't get bothered, because we're not those people. But yes, great views, perfect weather this weekend. Really looking forward to relaxing with a stunning beach view. Okay, we got ourselves tucked into Shell Beach area, and we didn't want to get too close to shore or too close to the other boats, so we ended up dropping anchor in 38 feet of water, and we're actually exposed to the wind right now. Georgie cat! And we're actually exposed to the wind right now. Normally they come out of the east, which is that direction right there, but now they're coming out of the south. But luckily it's going to be a 5 or 10 knot day, so it really shouldn't matter. And we've got a nice sandy bottom, dug the anchor in at about 2,500 RPM. So we feel good about this spot, as long as not too many other people come in, which we haven't seen, and as long as the officials are taking the weekend off, because we heard there's a pretty big charge if they have to come over and tell you to move. So otherwise, I'm going to make myself a nice cup of coffee and relax, and then just not wait.
Join us for the next episode of NJ Sailing, where we continue to enjoy the tropical waters of St. Bart's and scour the island for any place to fill our propane after we've run out.
And so in the spot where we're reduced to eating sandwiches because that's all we can eat right now. And we have a new neighbor tonight, and it's Tommy Hilfiger. That's his boat flag.